Welcome back, everyone, to the third episode of Season 8 of The Greatest Show. Our heroes have finally made it out of the gate and are now off on their adventure for your entertainment. With bated breath, we can't wait to see how they react to our cast of somewhat talented extras, who, as it turns out, are in real danger just by being around the unpredictable humans. With that said, we are now proud to announce our new Waffle House Terrorism Index, replacing our old, boring, color-coded one. So, just as a word of warning, if you, our viewers, ever hear our respective governments say it's going to be a Waffle House kind of day, be advised, you are now to tuck your head firmly between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. So without further ado, let's get back to the action. As everyone continues to laugh at Eric's expense, who is still picking up coins from the ground, Eric looks at everyone and says, "Hey, what's so funny? You guys realize we're going to need money in this new world." And as he looks at the villagers who are now swinging a shovel at Eric's head, he immediately goes, "Oh shit," and immediately rolls out of the way, drawing his sword as Erica, with her shield up, gets in between everybody else and readies their weapons. And Mop, "What exactly do you think you're doing?" Erica asked. The first villager says, "Killing a goblin." Eric and Erica both simultaneously say,
"What?"
The villager says, "Yeah, ain't you a goblin? You look like a fancy one. You was picking up them damn coins 'cause you a goblin." "Yes, he is. Just look at him. She is not a goblin. More warrior goddess than goblin." "Definitely warrior goddess. Just a shame her outfit doesn't show more." Leon walks over, followed by the others, who are now laughing even harder at Eric's uncomfortable distress. Leon says, "I understand your confusion. We came from the temple at the end of the path over there." "Oh, so you ain't goblins then." Aaron, currently muttering and giggling under his breath, saying, "Crotch goblins, maybe?" "Dan, you want to see the boss, then? Follow me, Dan," villager says. The villagers and the heroes make their way through the town, while idle chatter, consisting mostly of asking questions about the area and, of course, mocking each other, continues. Doug asks about dangerous plants and animals, followed by potential threats, as Aaron teased him about just wanting to know about the new ingredients for tacos, only for Doug to clap back with, "Hey, I just don't want to be caught with my pants down." Even the villagers laughed at Aaron at this point. Aaron responds with, "At least I don't have a mop for a weapon." At least he looks at his box cutters and gets the idea. Aaron looks at Leon and says, "Hey bro, you got a spear and a sword." Leon looks at Aaron and corrects him by saying, "No, I have a spear and a katana. Admit you're jelly. I dare you." Aaron just gets quiet for a second, then says, "Maybe a little, okay, but let's trade for a bit, so I don't die." Leon sighs. "All right, bro, I got you." Leon hands over the katana as Aaron hands over the box cutter, only to be surprised by the weapons changing in their hands back to what they were originally holding. Alan shock goes, "Wow, you gave him a box cutter for a katana, only for the katana to turn into a box cutter, and the box cutter you gave him turned into a katana?" Erica chimes in with a friendly, "Sucks to suck." As Doug puts down his mop and picks up an axe, only to watch the axe turn into his mop and the mop turning into an axe. Eric then says, "Hey Erica, try trading shields with Leon, only to see if the same thing happened." Alan then says, "Hey Doug, let's trade hats." And of course, the same thing happens, only for Doug to cry out, "Fuck, I fucking sucked with this goddamn sombrero." Everybody busts out in laughter once again. Erica says, "Respect the stash," as they very soon arrive at the mayor's house, at the villagers knocking hard 3 times. The door opens, and the heroes are met with the sight of a nearly 7-foot-tall, gothic-looking vampire elf hybrid. "Greetings and salutations, adventurers. I am the mayor of this fine town, the Honorable Joseph Bloch. How may I be of assistance this fine day? Eric says, we are actually heroes who've been sent by the goddess Malfina to save the world. What'd she say was a super serious, let's just call it the SS Demon Lord, who seeks to destroy this world. I see. You should have been greeted at the temple by the guardian sage who should have acted as your guide to help start your quest. Sadly, however, your timing is late, and he has been abducted for undoubtedly nefarious purposes. 3 days ago, an ancient traveler arrived in, and as he spoke, all you could hear was Erica in the background saying, skip, 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 trying to make the conversation jump ahead. But Joseph continues, the area who we believe to be a traveling monk, we were grossly mistaken. It was in fact the dreaded wandering Lich Greg. Aaron says, oh shit, not old Greg. Yes, indeed, old Greg, and it pains me to hear that word of his diabolical nature has reached even you when you have just arrived in this world. Alan jumps in. He's not that bad. If he offers you some Baileys and a shoe, just drink it. Alan says, and never, ever go to the club with him. I must admit, I've never heard of those stories about old Greg, but now I'm even more convinced of the necessity of your arrival in this dark hour. You must save the guardian sage from the clutches of Greg, the wandering lich, before it's too late. You can find him most likely in the caves to the north through the forbidden forest, but be warned, there are foul beasts that roam the area and goblins everywhere. The heroes don't wait and set off on their mission to save the guardian sage. Doug is saying, okay, the Met TC is clear on this one. We just got to go into a wedge formation with Erica up front at 12 o'clock. Eric, you're going to be at our 6, so the heavies are in the front and the back. And the rest of us, other than Alan, will be in the center. So since Alan doesn't matter, Alan, take to the right of Erica. Though grumbling a little bit, everyone agrees to the plan and takes formation as they enter the forest. Shortly after entering the forest, Erica sees 2 goblin scouts and immediately gives away her position by bursting out into laughter and just points at them. Erica screaming, holy shit, they do look like Eric. Alan quickly knocks an arrow and fires, killing the first goblin instantly, then knocks and fires the second one, firing it straight through the back of the goblin's skull as it ran away. As the second goblin dies, a light shines brightly from the ground, and the same sound from the Witcher's game can be heard as Alan levels up. Alan says, oh shit, I leveled up, yes. Oh man, oh good, now I don't have to wear that fishnet shirt. Now it's going to be a chain fishnet shirt. Seriously, my stats went up. Everyone's seeing that they can in fact upgrade what they're wearing to actual weapons, actual armor. Well, that's when everybody gets so excited they proceed to do their best Anakin Skywalker impressions when they meet the Sand People and they go hunting. Systematically, in perfect formation, they move from Goblin Village to Goblin Village, removing all life with brutal efficiency, especially when they realize they had air support to call on when Erica comes in swooping in, releasing chain lightning on hordes of goblins, wolves, trolls, monster bugs, and one very unlucky squirrel. At that point, the heroes did take a break, though not to have lunch from a freshly cooked squirrel, but to bury the squirrel with full military honors, mostly because Erica was now level 35 while everybody else was leveled considerably lower, so they were kind of afraid of her, and she had insisted on the burial. Also, it'd been 9 days since they left the village, and they totally didn't forget that they went into the forest on a certain mission. They knew what it was. It didn't hurt that they happened to be in front of the cave they were looking for at that moment. Right about the time they checked their maps to verify that they were in the right spot, Old Greg actually stepped out, and Old Greg turned out to be very musically talented and freely released the Guardian Sage to the heroes without a single issue. No one was sure how much they had seen, but It was clear that old Greg really didn't want to fight, and with that out of the way, everyone simply turned to the guardian sage and waited for him to speak. And he simply said,
"Greetings, mortals."
"Hello everybody, this is Syntax. Thank you for joining me today on part 3 of this ongoing series written by PROZAC and PANCAKES. Now before I go, I need to say that today's winner is Alan Williams, with Donut8362 coming in second. And I also need to send out a ginormous thank you to the supporters of this channel, and they are Douglas Scarborough, PROZAC and Pancakes, Steve Ewing, SS Demon, MTF Guard, Erica Gem, Brian Kemp, Guardian Sage, and Julius Boone. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Everybody else, I'll see you on the next one. This is Syntax.
Ejecting!